Greetings, traveler.
All right, everyone. We are going to be watching another XQN game, which is also Zorgo on the Chinese account. Holy speed up. Just checking this XQN's editor going zoom. So we are picking Sire, 7 Undead or Beasts. You're getting Nightbane with a double trigger or 16 spells for 3 random spells. Nagas are in, but there's no spellcraft here. So we're gonna go for the Undead or Beast. I mean, that's so good actually. Undead or Beast and your death rattle is gonna happen twice. Now it's a shame it's Nightbane because usually the quest does become harder the higher tier minion you get. So this could have been 6 death rattles maybe if it was like a tier 3 death rattle or whatever. Anyways, it's still pretty good. It's a beast and an undead lobby. So we've also got demons, mechs, and nagas. Oh, that's technically a free spell we could have had for the other thing. Hidden Titus, yes. This quest reward is so good because it's a Titus that cannot get sniped. All your death rattles trigger twice. So it's like a guaranteed immortal Titus. Stealth, Divine Shield, Immune. Alright, nice. This is so good. So he gets to buy 1 beast here, but he also gets to keep his minion because he doesn't have to sell because of lasso. Lasso unfortunately doesn't count as buying the beast because you bought the lasso and you got the beast after that, but still super good here. You came from this Zorgo video. Well, this is XQN. But yes. Funny. It'd be funny if Zorgo just like posts everything on his channel. He's like, yeah, this is me. Clearly this is me. That should be a good joke. Alright, so he is gonna stay here because there is another beast, another undead. So he is rushing this quest quite a bit. There's also a lava lurker here. Wow, that is super interesting. I don't think I could have resisted the call of the Naga. I think the lava lurker with the surf and surf with double death rattle trigger and then overflow potentially. I think that would have been worth not buying 1 undead or beast for me there. So I think I would have passed on the Risen Rider and I would have just bought the Lava Lurker. Very interesting, right? Obviously XQN knows more about the game than I do, at least in terms of feeling where you can get away with something and when it's a bit too much, when it's too greedy. So he feels like setting up the Lava Lurker here is a bit too greedy compared to potentially pushing his quest back an additional turn. Now he's going to go for the win here. That is great. He's keeping a very high life total. Best combo to grow MMR. If you go to HS Replay, they have a comp tab. Ooh. Oh boy, you have to do it, XQN. You gotta do it. Do it for Chad. There we go, baby. All right, so we got frogs plus turbulent tombs. Sorry, what I was about to say is let me just put it in the chat here. So this is the comps tab. Jeef curates this. So if you want to say the best comp for climbing MMR, that's not all. I'm not always going to be able to say that super cleanly, but you can just go off this if you don't know, and this is going to be very good. So playing a lot of demons is not bad, but the biggest thing is don't force. All right, here we go again. So we got ourselves frog. There is a reborn here, which is going to give us our quests, or not yet. I think we need 2 more, right? Yeah, we bought 2 beasts, 2 undead, and then another beast. So we do need 2 more. So he sells here to complete the quest. Bye. So he's gonna do this to try and not take damage from the Ooh, right. I don't think he even cares. Yeah, I like this. He has Nightbane in his hand with double death rattle, and he just literally doesn't care because he has the quest, right? And it's basically Titus plus frog on turn 6. That is so disgusting. Turn 6 he has Time Warp Frog, which is Taunt Reborn, and he has a Titus. Yep. Frog. Now, he doesn't have Macaw. The frog isn't golden, so it's not going crazy, right? But it's good enough to already not lose. So that's really good. All right. Level roll. I mean, I guess we're just going to skip tier 4, kind of. Just bank the chef here, I think. Yeah, I like that. You can use it as well here. I don't know. You don't want to get Mana Saber, though. I think. Well, then you have a triple, but I think I would have chefed Mana Saber myself because I would be afraid to triple it because it seems really bad. So, time to go to 6 for eyes. I mean, Titus is still very, very good for him. I don't think he necessarily rushes 6 for eyes. He could, but just adding another Titus means you have Golden Titus. Forza Horizon 6 is the game with cars. Ah, yes. It is well known that I am a car game enjoyer. Sorry, I'm just having fun with it because it sounds so random to me. It's no. So the answer is no. No, I'm not going to be playing Forza Horizon. All right. We see a bit of a overflow setup for Terran here too. He's kind of just hoping to find the he's hoping to find the Catacomb Crusher. Man, this is so chill. Normally when you take frogs, you get very scared around turn 7, 8 because you have to find the Titus. But just having the Titus already on turn 6 is so brutal. He takes it now to triple into Titus, right? You don't need a 6. Sewer Lord. Oh, Sewer Lord's so dirty. Ooh, Taunt Divine Shield is not bad here. I kind of like keeping the module on the board even, right? He's just gonna sell them. That's so sad. Is he going to... Oh, he's gonna save the Reborn for... Oh, right, he has double Death Rattle already. Yep, that is fair. That is fair. So what I thought he would do was use the Scarab to reborn the Sewer Lord to then level to tier 5 instead of, you know, sell the Nightbane. Not that Nightbane matters, but just because you want to play the Reborn. But because he has the quest reward that will give him double Death Rattle, it's super unlikely that the Sewer Lord gets Reborn value anyway. Maybe not on this board, but especially later on when he adds Titus. So he's probably just keeping the Scarab until he can find Macaw, because that is a really good that is a really good Reborn target here, because then he can use Macaw to spawn even more frogs. Ribbit. Yeah, I mean, it's so strong. Sewer Lord with double Death Rattle and frogs. It's just... He's not even gonna pop it, right? Look at that. Oh. Dude, this is so disgusting. Make the next beast golden. I mean... Oh, he's checking the 7s. Yeah, that's fair. Ooh, wait. Ooh, wait. Zorjira and Stitch are both insane. I mean, because we already have a Titus, I'm kind of okay with Fishing Rod, actually. Originally, I was gonna take the 5 rerolls for free in a Golden Beast. Oh, it's fine. We have to wait then. I don't think he pivots here. He's got such a good setup. So, what was I saying? Yeah, we are not changing our hero power. What I was saying is, normally I was going to go with the 5 free rerolls, because kind of the only thing that really matters is finding Titus. And then a Golden Beast is like, okay, I can just buy a parrot and it's golden. However, because he already has the quest reward, which makes him strong, right? He has the Titus effect on the board. He doesn't need to get value from his trinket straight away. So if he has time, Fishing Rod is really good because Zorjira will make it more likely that he can farm Golden Titus because he can just freeze and copy it and gets a really good board. And Stitch with Frog is probably also sick, right? You gotta... Are you eating the frog or... I'd have to see how you would do that, but... Because he has double Death Rattle, it's super unlikely that it's not going to be strong. Yeah, we are watching XQN for anyone joining late. You Fang Amulet. But isn't this just a stat buff? I feel like stat buffs are so irrelevant compared to just getting better frog. Frog. Because frogs already go into the hundreds of thousands, right? if you've got a good setup. And he has a death rattle quest, so he can definitely get a good setup. So your trinket should help you get to the ultimate frog build. I don't think you should take any kind of stat boost. Seems unnecessary. It's got a raw. Could technically keep that for money for 1 turn. Maybe. Man, he's hit some good demon cards here, though. A lot of Malchezaar spells. Yeah, we don't want armor, right? Titus Macaw. He's been very, very, very patient with his reborn, by the way. Yeah, Discover a 5 seems fine if we're hunting Titus. Take a Bran. Can play it with Tiger Shark later. It's never bad to have a Bran. Now, if he rolls Titus... Does he freeze it? Yeah. Yeah. Sells the module to keep the raw because it gives him 2 6s. Nope. Wants to keep the module. But does want to keep the raw. Yeah, that's fair. Alright, so... Is he still playing down a unit here? He might honestly want to reborn Sewer Lord now. Because he's at the point where he could lose. Yeah, I really like what he did here. He kept the... And then he has another reborn there. He also has a battle cry for his Bran, maybe. So he essentially kept the reborn for a very long time in his hand, because he did not need to reborn the Sewer Lord to win those previous matches. But his board is not improved in a long time, and the opponent's boards are improving, right? Presumably, right? They are improving. So because the opponents are getting bigger and bigger, he's like, well, maybe I will need a Sewer Lord that is reborn, because especially if it doesn't get sniped right before the first Mana Saber, it's pretty unlikely that he ends up with no reborn value. So that's really good. There you go. Yeah, and Sewer, it's so disgusting, bro. Look at how good this is. Oh, you get 2 every time. That's so true. Oh, it's so disgusting. Look how much he's getting, Chad. Oh, it's so disgusting. Because I forgot that he not only gets 4 sewer rats, but every sewer rat is also 2 tokens. There's his Argira. Hell yeah. Alright, 1 Titus in the shop, please. 1 Titus in the shop, please. If he rolls a Zesty, you can copy that too. The tier 6 robot is going to be huge. I don't think he cares about playing that. Ooh, Tiger Shark with Bran. Goodbye, Ra. Bran me, dude. Could have technically also copied the Tiger Shark, but meh. I think you'd rather want to keep Zargira in your hand until you roll Titus. Otherwise, you might have to sell her, right? But you'd sell the Bran, I guess. Ooh, got it. Nice. Okay. I mean, he can end up buying the Battle Cry spell, maybe? Because he needs to not buy the Titus this turn, right? He needs to play and end on Zargira. Bran out, okay. Oh, and then he can play 1 Titus. Right. He's gonna play 1 Titus. Okay, yep, that works. That's so clean, right? That's so smart. So I would have 100% kept Bran. And now that I see this play, that would have been very wrong. I don't think that would have been good. But because he has a Titus, because he uses the copy, right? So it's in his hand, he can play 1, right? And then that makes him way stronger, which means he's so much more likely to keep his 33 HP. He's also really a huge fan of this module. And we can see why, right? It is keeping his combat so clean. That module is making it so much less likely that his Sewer Lord is getting sniped early, or the Titus. Now, did that Titus end up dying? Yes. But it also was alive for a lot of the frog hops, so he's probably still okay. Because it's... Man, I had underestimated just how insane Sewer Lord was with this quest. Because normally by the time that your sewer rats start dying, your Titus is kind of already dead, right? So the fact that he gets the 4 sewer rats on the board, and then the sewer rats also spawn 2 tokens each, is just, oh, disgusting. I wonder if he keeps freezing here. Nah, he's gonna buy it. I guess he still needs Macaw, huh? Yeah. And then now up for eyes now that he has his Titus. Yeah, I like that. I think that's good logic. Wow, that is a huge mech.
That's
Whoa,
quite big.
yeah, you're right. Hey, that is actually bigger than I thought it would be. You're totally right. Now we eat it. It's 2 different comps though, right? It doesn't make sense. I was a little curious if he wanted it, but he just doesn't care. That was funny. Man, Macaw is just with vacation, I think, right? Macaw is just chilling. He would like the 2020 for the Titus, I think, but the money is really awkward. He could cycle 1 Scarab, or he could sell his Sargeras, but both of those sound kind of bad. Because you probably want to do Wind Fury. Well, I guess you don't need Wind Fury. You just need Reborn Macaw. Macaw shouldn't survive, right? I mean, you could get lucky. You could smack into a Rylak or something. Man, am I glad that I chose to watch this one. There's a Rylak, by the way. But that's gonna get buffed, yeah. It looks so harmless, XQN's board. There's like 2 Mana Sabers. It's like, how good can that be? He did keep Sargeras, even though damage cap is off, so... That is slightly greedier, but... His module is so good. Here's a Wind Fury, though. Oh, oh my god! Oh, okay, yeah, he's got to get rid of that Sargeras. Are we fine? That's a lot of numbers on the opponent's board. I don't think we're fine, chat. I don't think we're fine. Oh, that Wind Fury, man. Right in the nuts. Smacked right in the nuts. Oh my god. Am I getting baited? Are we dying? It's the end of the video. No, okay. I was just like, what? What's going on? Because I had that once. I was watching a Sliders game. I was like, man, I wonder how he's going to get out of this. And then he takes lethal. Ah, I guess he's not. Alright, we killed the Rylak. And then the Queensguard lives? Oh, but we get more summons here. Right. Yeah, Queen. 4K? Bro! Dude, he almost cleaned after that. Jesus. Right, I mean, he has a Titus the whole time, right? He has a Titus the whole time. He got the 4K without the golden Titus. I mean, yeah. Reborn on the module. Oh, dude, I am learning some shit here. Wow, that is so good. Another Sewer Lord? The Mana Sabers do make shields. Ooh, copy the money. Alright, looks like we are playing double Reborn Sewer Lord. I like that. I liked it a lot. Okay, man, that is the tech, huh? That is the tech. Okay, he's playing around blaster stuff. That's what that's Azerite is for. He doesn't want blaster to kill his mana saber and potentially even Titus later. He's just rolling for Macaw. He's rolled like 4 or 5 Scarabs, but 0 Macaws. It's actually quite funny. Alright. Buff the Titus. Pants his Sargeras, just so he doesn't get unlucky. Okay. So he's holding the other Sewer Lord right now because he wants to be able to cycle the Scarab next turn, but he can probably sell the Sargeras anyway. But I guess it just gives him slightly more flexibility. Because as long as his Golden Titus doesn't get instantly killed like last fight, he's going to be okay. Especially against the Ghost. And he's got Reborn on the Magnetic, and he has... he taunted his Sargeras too. So it's so incredibly likely that he's going to be fine. Oh, look at that chat. It's so satisfying to watch. Dude, Golden Titus with the Death Rattle quest and frogs. Oh, that is so disgusting. All right, top 3. So still 2 fights. We got a Tiger Shark to maybe hit Macaw. Oh, there it is. Wait, he can copy that. He can copy that. You can make it Wind Fury and Reborn and just copy it. And then it has all the keywords. He doesn't have to Wind Fury it, but I kind of like it just in case, right? Maybe it survives after it gets a bunch of frog stacks or something. Oh, he's actually just buying and freezing and waiting to golden it next turn. That's interesting. I wasn't sure that was going to be good enough. I thought he maybe just would want 2, but I guess if he goldens it, he can run the Reborn Sewer Lord as well, right? Because now he can sell Zargira next turn, and then he's going to have Golden Macaw plus Sewer Lord, yeah. Okay, cool. I would say the biggest takeaway for me is that this module deserves a space on the endgame board. The Reborn Divine Shield. Ooh, the Sindore is so bad for us. Okay, that's a good hit. Yeah, see, the problem is that module now stays on the board. Because the Taunt is gone. No Reborn either. Here comes a Wind Fury. Oh no, wait, that's taunted. It's perfect, it's perfect. It's got 5k, but it's fine. Because we have Golden Titus. It's actually insane how you can say, oh, that's only a 5k. That's not a problem. Look at how big this gets, bro. 3,000 Surat, 5,000. The Surats are as big as the AFK's biggest Naga, and it would get several times larger. It's just all about, can I guarantee good combat? So this is how XQN... Ooh, he hit the Stitch too for the last fight. Let's see how he uses that one, chat. Is that just Leapfrog? I mean, that would make sense, probably. That's sort of the... He even has Taunt? Probably one Taunt, right? For the Stitch. Let's see what he does here, how he's going to optimize this. But what I was saying earlier was that if all that matters is just to guarantee good combat, a Divine Shield with Taunt Reborn is insane. Right, that's about as good as it gets in terms of blocking your opponent from sniping the things. Okay, he's gonna run the Stitch, right? Because he's making board space. He's got another 20/20 for this Reborn Sewer, I'm assuming. Yeah, there's Beetle Spell, but Beetle Spell is weird if you need more board space for Stitch, which he does. He does need 20/20 to Sewer, taunt the Stitch. Yeah, buff the Titus, why not? Alright, so what happens here? Because the Macaw still goes off on the Frog, right? Because the Frog reborns. So it's Taunt, and then it loses the shield, and then it's Taunt again, and then it dies, and then it's Taunt again, and then it loses the shield, and then it's Taunt again. So the module's text is, I block 4 attacks from your opponent. And that's very, 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 very good text if you have a Golden Titus that you need to keep alive as long as possible. Frog. Yeah, if you can avoid the Stitch dying here, it's actually quite good. Well, actually, it's kind of the same. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, okay, these hits are great because now Macaw triggers on the Frog again, and then if he kills Frog, he gets like 2 more Frogs from Stitch. These hits are so good. Oh, these hits are scripted. I don't think it matters because we have Golden Titus, but look at this, chat. Like, even if the Titus gets sniped immediately, it's already over. And it's not. Oh, it's not getting sniped instantly. Oh, look at that. No Golden Frog, yeah. I mean, Golden Frog would have been nice, but... Just look at the numbers, chat. Just look at the numbers here. It's going to be an obscene amount. This is also the perfect opponent to have fun with because he's big enough that he can kill your stuff. Alright. Something died out of order, but it doesn't matter. What are we up to? 9,500? Yeah, things are not dying anymore. Damn. Damn it. Only 9,500 damage tokens, guys. Not that big. Unbelievable.